Policy Link mandate in Ghana is essentially to support Ghanaian policy actors, and it seeks to strengthen the capacity of Ghanaian policy actors, including government, private sector, civil society organizations, research institutions, to ensure that the policy formulation and implementation process, particularly in the agriculture sector, one, is evidence-based, it's inclusive, and it's more transparent.
Policy Link has a set of stakeholders we engage, and amongst the stakeholder group, we have vulnerable groups, which is women, youth, and persons with disability. We are always looking for avenues through which we could strategically engage them and bring them into the policy and decision-making process within the agriculture sector. We identify the National Farmers' Day program as one of the avenues through which we can support the women who are awarded at this ceremony, because we consider them to be leaders in their own rights because of the kind of recognition they've gotten. And so that's how come we decided to collaborate with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to support the national and regional best female farmers to build their capacity in leadership and advocacy, as well as how they can expand on their various agribusinesses.
Any organization that helps in human resource development must be commended. That's how come I always mention Policy Link and USAID as far as this initiative is concerned. Because we may have all the resources in this world. If the human beings who are supposed to move these resources or transform these resources into something beneficial to humanity, if that one is lacking, you may have all the resources, but you'll be poor. So that is where, when anybody supports you to build your capacity in any field, it is worth commending that person or that organization.
At the beginning of the program, you could see the different personalities, you know. There are some people who were very reserved. In fact, were almost reluctant to let their voices be heard. And this is because people come from different social, educational backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, and people felt intimidated. So it was difficult for them to be convinced of the value of their contribution to the group as a whole. And as we progressed, you know, through day 1 to day 2 to day 3, you just saw them opening up. And so by the end of the 3 days, people had opened up, people had gained in self-confidence, people had realized that no matter who you are, no matter your level of education, the program was relevant to you and you had something to teach everybody else.
Atarna kaya yo policy linge bi ma yata amba katere yaler andong so me shan bulubu mukini shiga e shi ngbanyi bo fulu so ay me tere shi mple gamba ba bulo buku kama bo bugu makatera wundon kuma wala baka kan ballaga mamba mbe keni no sobe de media alama na makatere ban kakala bumu e shi akra andonna ba makeni kushunwe nkebishu. The Policy Link
training was very holistic. It touched on leadership, accounts keeping, and then exchanging of ideas. From there, in fact, my self-confidence increased a lot. That was when I realized that I was doing a lot, but I was just at my corner. Ansa na me kwa pe busiano na mi so o me kwa me kuano be kasa wo so kuano pe de afri ha ko na sa na me dwini wa ma burobem be me kwa policy link train ba ye no na fe me hu me no sese me ne bank for kora ye di adanfo.
Personally, if it had not been Policy Link, I would be out back and I won't take akukosu and I won't take punches, because I got to a point I became fed up.
We taught them how to be innovative in their thinking, how to think outside the box, how to not wait for others to always come and do something for you, how to plan. You know, as a business person, you're always thinking ahead. You're always thinking ahead of opportunities that you can take advantage of things that can go wrong, problems, and how to anticipate and plan ahead for those problems.
We also came to know that the PI goals are self-starting, future thinking, and overcoming barriers. So we have to start things ourselves. Then we have to think of the future. Where do you want that thing to take you? And then overcoming barriers. So we complain that there are barriers, but out of that training, we got to know that most of the barriers can be overcome by we ourselves.
Ansa na me beko training no. Na de high nsuo. E wa ha. E bi se enye nsuo wa ha, e betimi aye epebre. Tomatoes ene niema. Nti me kobae no, aboa me matu nsuo no. Bi se nya wo mo a, ka menim se wo se bebie nsuo ni no, wo se metubi.
Policy link for training na ye koye no. E boa me ma metimi pay me book a, metimi twetwe me niema wo. Nti ade a meto no bia no, ehia se metimi hunu se we ya me do bayire no menye sei. E na meton ye so menye sei.
Abro no sese me yam no powder. Anka che na me ye ne granite paste. Me banchi me yam no nyina. Nti me ton no boto ma edwomfo. Starting me to ma adwomfo na me nyam faso wo mu. Tambia na me boka. De omo training na chi na me process niema no na me hu se sese na sika saba ma aburo bomu kakra na me hu se starting no na me sisi me hu.
We were taught at the training to harness and to broadcast or to teach other people what we have learned. And we gathered there as individuals, but when we left, we were like women leaders.
And it is out of the training given us by Policy Link, sponsored by Policy Link, that we came out with GAFAFAO. GAFAFAO being the acronym for Ghana Association of Female Agricultural and Fish Farming Award Winners. Nobody can tell your story better than yourself. So we, the women farmers who gathered there, took it upon ourselves to come together to be a voice for other women farmers. Go to the policy makers, let them know our challenges, and then dialogue with them and see how best these issues can be fixed.
It is being recognized at the Ministry of Agric. The association was launched by the Deputy Minister himself.
When we say the rural farmer or the smallholder farmer has taken care of Ghana over the years, in effect we are saying that it's women who have been doing that. Most men go into cash crops, but when it comes to food crops, anybody who knows the rural areas of this country will tell you that is the women. So why wouldn't they be at the high table where decisions are taken? I will always advocate that they have to be part of the decision-making process at the highest level.
Fie bebreni a background national one onyaye mema nkwa na efa wo ye wo ma so ho a eye kuafo akese a ye so ebetimi akoye nim ti akwasa o ma kan ya hye to mo mfa ye nka ho pese ma doso na ye so entimi nkoka ya hia asem.
Policy Link has now given the women the kind of tool that they would need to do advocacy. You see, once their capacities are built, they can go to every district, every region to demand what is due them to go into agriculture.
If the woman doesn't know what is there for her, she doesn't know what to do. So GAFAFAO is also now here to speak for those women, to let the women be aware of what is there for them.
Each person, with everything that they've achieved, even before coming to the program, and with what they learned on top, I know that they will not rest on their laurels. They will go on to clock even greater successes. And with the association, they will bring up other women with them, because this was a big part of what we were trying to put across to them. It's not just about getting it all for yourself, it's about bringing others, and Gafafao will enable them to do this.
As time goes by, it is going to be a very solid association of past award winners made up of only women. So the young ones coming up can have mentorship. You see, we need to have that mentorship spirit in us, so that these young ones will learn from these women who are doing so well. So this particular association, from us at the ministry, we are going to give the association all the support they need. That's why every program of theirs, I make sure I'm there.
PolicyLink is really grateful to the ministry for this. We are also grateful to the various partners who have already committed to supporting us throughout this process within the lifetime of the activity. And to the women of Gafafao, I'm really proud of them. I mean, seeing the changes over the months, the way their confidence have been built, the way they are always calling and engaging, even the plans they have of traveling around the country to encourage more women to be part of the association is really, really encouraging. And so I would urge them that they should continue. PolicyLink is here to support them. There are other partners who are here to support them as well. The ministry is also willing to work closely with them.
For PolicyLink, and there are many years of our activity implementation in Ghana, we will continue to support efforts that integrate, get vulnerable groups that are usually or most likely to be excluded from policy design and implementation process, to be more engaged, and we will support processes of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to be deliberate in engaging women in the process.
Farmer, farmer, oh yes. Farmer, 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 oh yes. Farmer, 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 oh yes. Farmer, 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 oh yes. Farming, yes, farming, yes, farming is my business. Farming, yes, farming, yes, farming is my business.